And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Hello, everybody. Agree to disagree back on your airways, TV screens, tablets, phones, whatever else you can watch this on. Back with one of your hosts. I am Trey, with my co-host, my father, the man who thinks he runs things. Go ahead.
That's right. This is going to be a different segment. I've been told that our segments have been a little too friendly. We're about to get into it. Please leave comments on who you think wins this debate.
Please and thank you. Today we starting with the NBA All-Star Game and what it was or was not. We will go on from the NBA playoffs to that, and then we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers after that, or what's left of Aaron Rodgers after that.
Yeah. Not much.
Not much left, but I mean, you can't not talk about him, all right? Well, let's get it cracking. You ready, Dad?
I'm ready.
All right, starting with topic number one, the NBA quote-unquote All-Star Game.
74th one. Yeah.
Yes, 74th annual. This past weekend was the 74th annual All-Star Game held at the Chase Center in San Francisco. Of course, another year, another attempt to improve the game itself. And the NBA introduced this 4-team tournament with Shaq, Chuck, Kenny picking up teams between the 24 All-Stars and Candace Parker picking up the Rising Stars team. And we can pick it up from there. Go ahead, Dad. How you feel about it?
That was the worst rendition of basketball I have ever seen in my life. First of all, why was Kevin Hart there? I mean, like, seriously. And here's the thing: most people who chimed in with me were more interested in how short he was and how tall Shaq was. Okay,
There were so many videos of WNBA
there was more videos about that
players.
than it was about the game. Okay, the game was the format. Going in, I thought it was going to be a good format because it was different. But
Right.
at the end of the day, it was boring. And you know what really made it boring? Was the fact that the crowd never cheered for anybody. It was so quiet. So quiet. The only time they cheered was when Steph Curry hit
that bomb.
That's it.
That bomb.
The rest of it was like they couldn't be bothered with it. It was terrible.
No, I mean, look, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, it was awful. Sorry to kick off the show with an agree, but we will disagree on one thing. I think where it changed some things, that was like, I've seen some effort, more effort than I usually see out of NBA players during this time of year, especially with the NBA All-Star Game. It just, one thing I wish they get rid of is that stupid target score.
Yeah, 40 points. Yeah, these are grown men.
Why are we doing target scores? And if we're doing any target scores, why are we not doing a 1v1 game now, 11 or 21? You know what I mean? Just normal black top basketball stuff. This game to 40, or when they were doing the All-Star game, what was it? Total up the points for your first 3 quarters, and after that, and go all the way to 170. That shit was stupid. That shit is so stupid. That's not NBA basketball. That is where we will agree on that. I don't want to see that shit as an
I don't want to see
fan.
The only game that was interesting was when the OGs played the Rising Suns because they didn't want to lose.
Yes,
they didn't want to lose.
They did.
Right. That's the only. That was the only one that was. The rest of it was boring.
That's the team I was rooting for, the OGs, because they had all my boys on there. JT,
speaking of the OGs, your boy Brian, who knew he was hurt. He knew he was hurt. He even said it in his interview. I've been dealing with this injury for the last 3 years. Okay, so what the hell are you doing there?
I struggle with this, Dad.
Didn't take a picture with the team and not even put the uniform on. Come on.
I struggle with this. Look, all right. Let me start by saying this, guys. If there's anybody that is allowed to look, if there's anybody that's allowed, in one person, it's LeBron. Done more than enough in the league. I got you. But at the same time, don't y'all think it affects the product? You, LeBron James, 20-something year veteran, knew you weren't going to play in this damn game. Let somebody else play. You can be an honorary. They've had plenty of years. Remember that year they did Dwayne Wade and Dirk Nowitzki as honorary All-Stars? That counted towards their All-Star nods. We can do that for LeBron James.
2 years in a row, he's been irrelevant in the All-Star game.
2, you supposed to be the draw, dude. You are,
Thank you.
yes, we like the young boys. We are supposed to do a pass under the torch thing. Don't get me wrong. But nigga, people are still coming to see you, LeBron. People are
Thank
still
you.
coming to
If
see
you were
you.
not going to play, he should have gave that to
Get
Sabonis.
out.
There were so many Western All-Stars that got snubbed.
Yes.
Damon Lillard came up with a good proposal to have the snub team instead of the Rising
Oh,
Star.
yes, the all
I
snub
like
team.
that.
I
The
love
all
that
snub team.
idea.
I do
He
like
came up
that.
with a few good ideas.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk
yeah.
about that in a minute. He came up with a few
I
good
do like that.
ideas. Did you see
Uh,
Draymond's rant? Or sorry, two rants?
he was right though. I agree with 100%.
Which one? The Rising Stars one?
I agree
Or
with him saying that LeBron knew he was hurt, and this is his dude.
oh, well, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I agree with that. And he should
Waters
he
down the
should he
product.
shouldn't have been there. Yeah, he shouldn't have been
He
there.
just shouldn't have been there.
Oh,
Again, I hear you. 20-year veteran,
you know,
LeBron James. I
there's
got
nothing.
you.
I get it.
But
You go to All-Star game to increase your brand. His brand is already his brand.
it is
There's nothing at the All-Star game that's going to make him any more money.
not at all.
Thank you. So why? Which begs the other question: why were you there? If your ankle was so bad, so swollen, why was you there?
You and I
then
both know the answer to
and
that question.
his interview was, I'm gonna go, I'm leaving here and I'm going straight back to LA so I can work on my ankle. You should have just stayed in
Why
LA.
didn't you just stay in LA?
Narcissistic. Narcissistic. That's
Especially when San Francisco ain't that
narcissistic.
damn far from
Thank you.
LA, bruh.
And you own a jet. You own a jet, okay?
I don't know. But Draymond's rant about what was it? The Rising Stars being in on the Sunday night. I agree. It's your fault, Draymond. It's all y'all's fault. If we early 2000s here, we're going to sound like old people for a second. Early 2000s NBA All-Star games, your AIs, your Kevin Garnett's, your Vince Carter's, Kobe Bryant's, they took that shit somewhat seriously. Yes.
Seriously.
There was some sort of pride, competitive. They weren't all friend buddy out there. And I'm not even one of them people that don't like the buddy thing. That's fine. But it takes the competition out of things like this, the all-star stuff, things like this.
But this is something you brought up, okay? Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Now, when you start throwing in GOATs, and I'm not saying that the All-Star game is a GOAT comparison,
right?
But Kobe Bryant never didn't give you 100%, no matter what the stage was, no matter what the situation was. Michael Jordan, same thing. All-Star
100%.
game, we're coming in here to whoop your ass. It's simple
100%.
as that. Bron ain't like
and
that.
I'm gonna let you know. That's
He's not
a
like
lot of today's NBA, though.
They are. They're too friendly, man. But I'm gonna tell you who's not too friendly. Wembanyama. He was
yeah. Wemby
came his reaction. Thank you.
Too.
He was pissed.
Wemby has come into the league talking quite greasy.
Right. I'm not here to make friends.
Yeah, no, he come and talk. And honestly, I ain't even mad at it. It's crazy that it's the Frenchman doing it, but I ain't even mad at it. You know what I mean? It takes it back to I like competitive. I'm cool with the buddy stuff, but we here to compete.
Let's be competitive.
Like we're here to compete at the end of the day. Like
buddies off screen.
Right, be off screen. Like y'all can do y'all endorsements and stuff, all that. That's fine, bro. But we here to compete. We here to win. Damn all that stuff.
I'm not going to say they should get rid of it, because I mean it was a exciting thing at one time. It's just boring. I mean, and then you have a tribute to Shaq, Charles Barkley, and Kenny Smith, which took more time than one of the games there. They get the whole All-Star game was 33 minutes. They said
that was my problem.
It was too much talking.
That was my problem. Game, performance, game, Mr. Beast, game, performance, game.
It was boring, huh? I mean, again, I like Kevin Hart. I think he's a good guy. I mean, I met him. He's a cool guy, but I don't want to see Kevin Hart at the All-Star game.
Not as the star show.
I mean, he doesn't reflect height, so why is he there? Because nothing Kevin Hart looks like that resonates basketball.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair. Speaking of 3-point contests and dunk contests, how'd you feel about them?
Well, for one thing, the 3-point contest without Steph Curry to me or Klay Thompson is
weird, right?
Yeah, it just doesn't sing with me. I didn't even know he wasn't in it, Steph.
Yeah, no.
I'm not saying the NBA doesn't have a substitute for the two of them, But it's what's odd is that the 3-point contest is more popular than the game, and that's what they say is the reason what's wrong with the NBA. They shoot too much threes. Okay,
It's
but
fair.
you highlight it in your All-Star game, and people want to see that.
And that's what people want to see.
Right. What do you think
Totally
about the
fair.
skills contest, though? You think Wimby and that was so stupid.
That's got Chris Paul's handprints all over it, bro.
So what? So why would you disqualify somebody from an exhibition thing? I mean, really? I thought it was smart.
No, it's not. Damn it.
Why?
No, it is
Why?
not. It's
They
not.
found a loophole in the rules, and they exploited that loophole, and they
Rules are
won.
not meant to be exploited.
It's the All-Star game.
See,
Who
that's the
cares?
attitude that's got people
Why?
taking
Why
the
are
All-Star
there
game
why
not
are there rules in the
serious,
Why are there
Dad.
rules in the All-Star game?
That is literally the attitude that's got people not taking the All-Star game serious. That's like me talking to my manager at work saying, we work at Waffle House, and them trying to stop saying we just work at Waffle House so people's mentality can change about working at Waffle House. It's the same idea.
Again, disqualifying somebody in an All-Star exhibition game, that's stupid, man. That's just stupid.
Trying to find loopholes in the system of an exhibition All-Star game is stupid.
It is stupid.
Like, we're not out there to just have fun. No, of course, Chris Paul got to go the extra goddamn mile and try to just win. It's Chris Paul.
But as far as the dunk contest,
shout out Mac McClung.
Shout out Mac McClung, 3 years in a row. His dunks are really creative.
His dunks are creative.
They're very creative, yeah, for a guy. But the funny thing about it, this is a dude who can't make the NBA.
To save his life.
He
carrying. It's kind of crazy to think how good of a dunker he is. How bad of a player is, NBA player is
clearly he can't make a jump shot.
Right.
I mean, if he's not dunking, he's not relevant. But I'm not. I mean, until you start getting some names back in there, Josh said he might get into it. Giannis said he might get into it.
I saw that. I believe it when I see it.
Stephen Castle.
He got some ups though. I didn't know he had ups like that.
Yeah, but still, he's a rookie, man. Nobody want to see that.
No, true, not a name, but I mean, Mac McClung wasn't a name, hell, until he started dunking.
But he was a champion. At least
his first time, he wasn't a name until he started dunking. Hell, nobody knew who he was. He had a Philly.
But now, when you see it, you're like, okay, cool. Let's see what he does.
Right.
Yeah, but like you said, the first time, no. But I mean, until you start getting some NBA stars in there, and let's be clear about one thing: the dunk contest will never, and I repeat, never top 2016.
Not until we get some creativity. 2016 will go down as an
that was the greatest
all-timer. I'll never forget that. No, I'll never forget that. I just watched the highlights today. I remember where I was when that dunk contest happened. I was in Florida with my mom and her husband at the time, and we had just finished fishing. Right, we had just finished fishing, and I remember because his grandson had almost got the hook stuck in his ear. Right. Wow. So we were, that same night we were upstairs and we in a hotel room and I'm watching the All-Star game and them two going back and forth. And it went into like 3 overtimes. And I kept telling Mom, it'll be over in a minute. It'll be over in a minute. I promise it'll be over in a minute. It wasn't over in a minute.
Well, the crazy thing, they kept coming up with something different.
Right.
Aaron Gordon
had backup dunks.
Aaron Gordon was just like, the stuff he did was like,
he said he still got something in the bag.
I'm watching it now. I'm like, damn.
Mm-hmm. It still holds up today.
Cradled under the leg. I mean, man,
it still holds up today. Almost 10 years later, those dunks still hold up today. Speaking of, it's actually kind of funny. You ever heard of that? What was it? 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast with Mello and Miro?
No.
Okay, so they have one, right? And Blake Griffin was on there, and he was talking about how people were kind of going crazy about his original jump over the car dunk, and people kept asking him like, "Oh man, I can't believe you only jumped over the hood." And he was like, "Do you know how big a car is?" Only for Mac McClung to literally jump a month later to jump over the complete thing a month later.
And reverse slam.
At 6'1".
Yeah. Kind of makes his comment irrelevant, right?
A little irrelevant.
Like bruh.
Crazy. Bruh. I mean, I would love to see the dunk contest come back because when it's up, it's up. You
It
know,
is.
like
It is.
when we can recall back to a 2016, it's a memorable moment. When we can recall back to a Vince Carter, it's over. It's a memorable moment. But like you said, until we get either creative dunkers or stars to do it.
So if you're gonna invite a G League player like Matt McClung to be in, why don't you invite a street dude to do it?
Phenomenal question. I've
Or,
thought the
or, or
same
YouTube,
thing.
yeah, or YouTube got phenom to do it. I
I
mean,
I thought the same thing.
yeah, yeah.
I've truly thought the same thing. If you just get somebody who's going to get something creative there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's creativity, it's pizzazz, it's charisma, it's showmanship. Like that's all the dunk contest is. I can understand why a LeBron James didn't do it because he's more of a power dunker, less show offy. You know what I mean? He don't got no show in his dunk. He just got power. Same with Anthony Edwards. He'll probably never do a dunk contest for that same exact reason. I think he said that he's got a lot of power in his dunk, but you don't ever
So did
see
Dwight Howard, but he almost won. Well, he was like he was creative with
he's creative and he's a showman.
yeah, yeah,
Right. And he's a showman. And Anthony
yeah.
Edwards got charisma, but when you watch him do his dunks, his best dunks come on contact dunks. LeBron James' best dunks come on contact dunks. You got a dunk on if you got a dunk on somebody contest, we might have something.
I'm still not in the LeBron club, and I don't think I ever will
Why
be
not? I'm
because
not even a LeBron fan like that, but why not?
honestly, he just doesn't do it for me. He just
In
doesn't.
terms of what? Like his demeanor, his basketball ability, what?
His whole charisma. I mean, I just don't. I feel like he's been pampered most of his career.
He
And
has been pampered.
some of the things that guys, they talk about can guys in this era play and in my era. And for his size and his talent, of course he could play back in the 80s. But his toughness, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that killer
I'm
instinct.
actually glad you said that. I have a in one of my notes, I have a can he play in the 80s tab
Yeah,
for the offseason.
yeah.
So keep saying what you're saying, but we are going to revisit this in
Right.
this.
I don't see it. I think of some of the guys at his position, um, Xavier McDaniels would have destroyed him. The Pacers,
I'll say Antonio Davis,
yeah, 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 the Davis boys, the
the
Davis
Davis
boys,
boys. Yeah,
the
so the
Davis
Davis
boys.
boys. Honestly, hell, you want to go up to the 90s with your Charles Oakleys and
They
your
did.
what was
He
that
did.
dude? Knicks? What's that dude's name on the Knicks? Not Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason. Anthony
Anthony
Mason.
Anthony Mason. Anthony Mason. Yes.
So I
Yes.
mean,
Shout out to Anthony
I would
Mason.
love to see it
R.I.P.
because
R.I.P. Mason.
body wise, he could take it.
He
You
could
know
take
what I
it.
mean?
But
No,
but
did he?
the
But
beat down, the
I would
rules,
love to see the mentality. You know what I mean? Like, cause that whining shit is not gonna fly in the
it's not gonna fly. And
90s.
it didn't fly back then.
Is
It
not.
didn't,
There's only one person who could whine in the 90s, and even he was getting his
he
ass
did.
whooped for
But
it.
he didn't even
Jordan, because
but he
even
didn't
he
even
was getting
whine.
beat up for it. You know what
Right.
I mean?
But he didn't whine. He went to the gym and got him some muscles and came back out and said, hey, and became a better player. But
But
now
he does.
I'm just not a LeBron fan.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Braun fan either, but I can respect greatness when I see greatness, and there's nothing wrong with being the second greatest player of all time, and I say that respectfully.
Okay.
And now we move on to the NBA playoffs. Now that we are past the All-Star weekend, and that has come and gone, we head into the home stretch. This little back, what, 1/3, 1/4 of the NBA season, and we can start and see how the format is going to shape up with some of our favorite NBA teams. So it's so funny you just said that about LeBron. We're going to get him out the way. How far can Luka and LeBron go realistically?
Western Conference Finals.
Finals?
Yeah, I think they can make it to the finals. It
Here's
depends
the disagreement. No,
it depends on where they're seated at.
not at all.
If they're in the fourth seed,
Mhm.
I think they got a shot. If they're in the third seed, they don't.
Let's see. Hold on, just real quick. If the playoffs started
They're in the fourth seed right now, right?
I think the fourth or the fifth, one of those.
Okay.
But let's just see if the playoffs were to start. No, not the NHL. Fifth seed playing Houston.
They could beat Houston. They could beat Houston.
They could beat Houston.
They could beat
All right,
Houston.
they could beat Houston. I won't gas it like that, y'all. They could beat Houston.
Well, as the fifth seed, they would have to play Denver if Denver makes it to the second. Who's the second seed? Denver?
Second seed is Memphis, right? Damn, Memphis is the second seed. I ain't watched no NBA all year.
Oh, okay.
To lock in.
Number 3?
Denver's number 3, yeah.
The team that's the team that would beat them.
I think OKC would beat them. Hell, I think Memphis would beat them.
I don't think Memphis would beat the Lakers.
I really do. They don't got size no more. They have no size. No size.
I don't see them. They don't have the experience to beat the Lakers.
But they played them in a playoff series 2 years ago.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't see Luka wasn't there, so I don't see them beating the Lakers.
Luka Schmuka. I don't think Luka will be okay. Hold on. Let me frame this correctly. Yes, Luka's fine. Got you. Here.
Took him to the championship.
Right. He's here. I'm with you. Got you. All the way up here.
5 players
and LeBron in the back fourth of the season, I am not worried about at all.
Okay.
They got to figure out how to play together. They have to, and they play the same way at that.
Play the exact same way.
They play the same way at that. So they got to figure out how to play together. If you're smart, if you're JJ Redick, stagger the hell out of their minutes. So they are on, huh?
You still got to close it with both of them.
That's fine. Yeah, you got to close with both of them. That's fine. But at least
problem, but the problem is once LeBron sits down, they attack Luka on defense. I mean, look in the playoffs. He almost fouled out to it. Did he foul out?
Hello, I'm telling you, they don't have no defense. They don't got no wing defenders. They don't got no big men. They wouldn't beat men.
They have experience though.
Experience don't mean jack shit.
I guess we'll find out.
Not when you don't have the horses to go with it. They're not beating OKC. They're not beating Memphis. They're not beating Denver.
They're beating Houston.
They'll beat Houston. They'll beat the Clippers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Timberwolves, I'm shaky on. I think the Timberwolves could beat them.
Ooh.
They'll beat Dallas.
Yeah, they'll beat Dallas. I don't know.
It just depends if AD's there. If AD's there, I'll put Dallas. But if not, then I don't think they can beat Dallas with AD. But then again, honestly, the amount of animosity in those Luka back to Dallas games in the playoffs, if there's one playoff series that the NBA is
that would be it
for, that would be it for sure. As a matter of fact, hell, I'm rooting for it.
I don't see them beating Dallas though. Dallas has Kyrie, Clay, and if AD comes back and gives them a strong playoff, I see Dallas just possibly making it to the Western Conference Finals.
But the Lakers have experience.
Did say that. I forgot about Dallas. My bag.
Yeah, experience.
And they're deep. Dallas is deep.
I like Dallas if Anthony Davis plays.
That's the only way. Yeah.
So there's two legit teams that they would beat. 2 teams. And that's the Rockets and the Clippers in Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, my bag.
Second round at best. I would have said first round until I saw the standings and saw Houston. All right, I won't gas it. I think they can beat Houston, but no further than the second round. And if they see Denver,
Denver will kill them. Yeah, Denver's gonna kill them. They ain't got no height. They can't guard.
They got no how they can't guard Yoke. They couldn't guard Yoke with AD.
Right when they had AD.
I'm
right.
saying that their only bet is for Luka to go nuclear, but even still, who they got to stop Jokic? So,
he's out. First of all, he's out of shape, and he's not in playoff condition right now. He's just not getting back into the.
Oh, you talking about Luka?
Yeah, he's not getting into form. So,
he'll be fine. He ain't been in no playoff form his entire career, but he's still
Eastern Conference
30 a game. Eastern Conference. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, that is actually next. Come on, let's talk about your Knicks.
I love my Knicks, man.
No.
They will not.
Hold on. Well, that was odd.
Clearly.
Baker started talking to me.
Second round, they won't make it to the Western Conference.
You talking about the Knicks?
Yeah, they won't make it to the Western Conference.
Why are you so down on your Knicks?
Well, if Mitch Robinson comes back and Cat can play the 4, well, listen to me, and Cat can play the 4 and not play big, I think he makes a difference on the defensive end. The problem with the Knicks is they don't play any defense, and they have a good defensive coach. You can roll your eyes all you want to, but it's the truth. They don't play defense. They give up like and to bullshit teams like 120 points.
I mean,
And
so do we.
Atlanta owns them. Trae Young kills the Knicks. Kills them.
You know he loves playing in Madison Square Garden.
Kills them.
Sure.
Kills them. One little short dude.
He can't be no. He's shorter than me.
Now, I do like Cleveland. I do like Cleveland. I'm not hating on Boston. I think Boston is really deep. They got a really deep team. But Cleveland traded Karis LeVert for who did they trade Karis LeVert for?
DeAndre Hunter from the Hawks.
Andre Hunter, yes, a good wing defender and a 3-and-D guy coming off their bench.
Which
And of
is what
course,
they needed.
what they needed. Now, we all know playoff rotation is 7, maybe 8, but it's
7.
7. That's it. So you got to look at the best 7 guys. Cleveland has Allen, Mosley, Garland, Donovan Mitchell. Who's their fifth? Who's their fifth? Oh, shit.
Wouldn't it be Hunter?
No, he's coming off the bench. I don't know who that guy is.
I'll pull it up for you. I'll pull it up for you. Isaac Okoro? Is that who it is?
He's the defensive guy.
It might be him.
Yeah. Yeah. But they don't have any bench offense either, though.
Well, ain't that what Hunter's for?
He averaged like 14 for the Hawks, though, coming off the bench. But
I guess I'd have to see what he's doing defensively to decide whether or not I would even think about putting him in the starting lineup, because if he's going to be in the starting lineup, he's got to be there for wing defense.
But then you got your boys. Celtics are deep, man. Celtics are deep.
Celtics piss me off.
But the Celtics are deep, man.
We straight. I mean, we'll be fine, but exactly how you feel about your Knicks, I'd be stressing about watching these boys sometimes.
Giving up too many points.
They just give up too many points sometimes.
And too many threes.
Too many threes.
Too many. They shoot way too many threes.
Look, hey, if you taking a bet on 3-point attempts,
over and unders,
set the damn over for the Celtics, because they letting them shits fly. Okay.
Even their bench players come off the bench. Al Horford
letting them fly. Al letting them fly. KP letting them fly. Sam's whole job is to let them fly. And Peyton Pritchard might win 6th man of the year by letting them fly. Like they are. Yeah, nah. But I feel like I think we'll be fine. I get tired of this constant conversation about, will the Celtics be fine? Do we need to worry about? No, we don't need to worry about the Celtics. It wasn't even the All-Star break at that point, but they need to tighten up some loose screws. I can agree with that. Am I worried? Hell nah. I ain't worried. I'll see y'all niggas in June.
We got a championship pedigree. I think they'll be fine.
I'll see y'all niggas in June. We see y'all in June, and I lining up the parade. Hopefully I have enough money to go.
I don't know about the parade, but okay.
Who gonna beat us?
Shit, Denver could beat y'all. OKC could take y'all to the cleaners. OKC plays pretty good defense. Chet Holmgren is back now.
We got KP for Chet.
I don't know.
Same player.
They are the same player, but Chet is a little bit younger, and their bench is better.
Chet's got a better handle, but they're the same player.
We'll see, but we'll revisit that the closer we get to the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll revisit that the closer we get to the playoffs. All right, we can slide over to topic 3 now. What was it?
It's the Rogers neighborhood.
Swinging over back to the NFL to Mr. Aaron Rodgers himself. In 2 years, A-Rod, who once told the New York media that their one Lombardi trophy was looking a little lonely, added a grand total of 5 wins in 2 years. With that being said,
the first year he got hurt.
He got hurt. That's totally fair. But I mean, based on his second year, I don't know if he was going to do much that first year. Hell, he wasn't better than Zach Wilson. But with that being said, the Jets have decided to move on from the A-Rod experiment. Bye-bye. Partially because of a Woody Allen disagreement. I would love to hear more on that. But where do you think Aaron Rodgers will end up at?
Pittsburgh.
Fuck. Took mine.
Pittsburgh is a perfect
mine. He took mine.
And take Devontae Adams with you. Jets gonna cut him.
It's a good idea.
Take Devontae
Oh,
Adams with.
yeah, he definitely gonna get cut. I definitely see that coming. But
Now
yeah,
you got Pickens, Rogers, Devontae Adams,
I know you're
and
gonna hate this, and Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. Well, the good thing about it is Mike Tomlin is not gonna put up with that shit that he does. You're not Aaron Rodgers. You're Aaron Rodgers.
You're Aaron Rodgers, lowercase,
Right,
lowercase.
lowercase Aaron Rodgers. Right,
Yeah,
take one
you're
of the
just Aaron
off if you want to.
Rodgers.
Right, take one of the A's off if you want to, but you're not that dude no more. You're here because we need a quarterback. But yeah, I can see that as a package. Them getting both of them, and Pittsburgh need offense. Um,
They
yeah,
could definitely use both of them.
I mean
Even
he had a pretty good finish to the season. He was pretty strong at the end of the season. Right.
Aaron, nah, he was fine. Nah, he cleaned it up towards the end of the season. I think if you can get some infrastructure, you know what I mean, just some sort of culture around him and not allow him to be the culture builder, just allow him to be the quarterback. It's kind of like KD in the NBA. If you just pop him in and allow him to do his thing, just go in quarterback. And it kind of sucks though, because with Aaron Rodgers, he is the quarterback, so he's kind of like the head of the snake. So it's not like KD. KD can blend. Aaron Rodgers can't. But even still, send him to Pittsburgh, and you got, like I said, you got Mike Tomlin. You're not gonna put up with that shit. But
The organization is not going to put up with that shit. Not
you're
just
right about
Tomlin.
that. No, you're
Like
right about that.
organization.
Hell,
So
honestly, that's not a bad idea. You set it up for one good last hoorah. What how many years or George Pickens got left on his contract? I don't know how many, but you set it up for one good last hurrah. A-Rod for a year or two.
get
Mike
a left
Tomlin,
tackle. Get a
yeah,
left
get a
tackle.
left tackle. Mike Tomlin for one more year or two, and just press the reset button. Hell, roll the dice and wish for the best. Uncle Norman would hate that. Uncle Norman would hate that.
Why?
What? Why not? He hates Aaron Rodgers.
And there's a winner, baby.
I mean, look, he gonna have to get over it because as long as he's
Winner.
winning, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
When
those
when your last
conversations,
quarterback was Ben Roethlisberger, who was probably about 7 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, it's time to yeah.
I mean, it's time for them to press the restart button, anyways. But I also see why they don't, because they have Mike Tomlin. And not saying Mike Tomlin is a win now coach, but just based on where he is in his career, we're not looking for a rebuild. So if you're gonna rebuild, you might as well fire him. And since he's still there,
Yeah. Trade
since
him.
he's still there, exactly. Since he's still there, they ain't rebuilding. So if you're not rebuilding, going and get Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins.
I take Rodgers over Cousins.
Really?
I take Rodgers over Cousins if I can get Devontae Adams with him.
All right, fine.
Yeah. If they come as a package,
it kills two birds in one stone.
Yeah. Don't be surprised if he winds up in LA on the Rams. Stafford may go bye-bye.
Yeah, they talking about cutting him. I heard about that.
I think they'll trade him. Maybe, I mean, it depends on what the Giants want to do. If the Giants don't get Shador, which they're in line to get, rumor has it that they're not high on Shador. They're more high on Cam Ward. But
They need to get somebody mobile, and Shador ain't it.
he's not mobile.
No, I mean he can dance in the pocket. He's like Tom Brady. He got pocket feet, but he ain't fast. He ain't fast.
No, he's not fast. No.
Nah, he ain't fast at all. But he got pocket feet.
All right. Well, I'm the Giants, really, and I got the third pick. And I know this is off topic, but I think I would trade out of that pick and start building from the offensive line, get some interior defense or whatever, however you want to make it out to be. But I wouldn't go get a quarterback. I get me a stopgap, like you said, Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson is available. Justin Fields is available. Throw Justin Fields back there. I mean, who cares? I mean, you saying no, I'm saying it as a stopgap, as somebody
I'm saying no to your plan.
Oh, no,
Nah,
don't trade.
I'm just saying, yeah, I wouldn't even do that. The only reason I wouldn't do that is because, like, I hear you on they have a lot of holes to fill part,
Yeah.
but I think you get the quarterback and fill the holes later because, think about it. O-line is your biggest need, right? You would say outside of defense, offensively, O-line for sure. So go on and get you an O-lineman. You can get you an O-lineman in the second round.
Yeah,
Exactly. You're going to get you a left tackle in the second round. So go and get you a quarterback. Go and get you an O-lineman to start with. So now you got a quarterback, a left tackle, and Malik Neighbors.
Okay, I don't know, man. Again,
Other than
it
unless
depends. It depends on how high they are with the two that's available.
it depends on what they could do with that front line.
Okay.
Because, like you say, you talking about Matthew Stafford to the Giants. I'm not going to the fucking Giants if I'm Matthew Stafford.
You
That
don't move.
O line was awful. And
Move.
I'm not mobile as it is. So if Daniel Jones, who runs a 4-3, can escape
He
from that,
was
what the hell am I?
fine.
What am I doing if I'm Matthew Stafford? So
He
no,
was
that's
fine,
a
man.
big concern for the Giants. Anything they do must have the O line intact. We can talk about Daniel Jones all we want to, and I don't think he's the greatest quarterback in the world, but he was
Not even-
never set up for success with that damn line. That line was terrible.
He was set up for success when he had Saquon.
Because he had Saquon to take the pressure off. I
So you
agree
see a
with
line,
you.
right?
No, I agree with you, but they still didn't have a line. Saquon don't do this in New York.
What he did in Philly.
Yeah, he don't do what he did in Philly in New York because they didn't have the line for him. And he didn't have all those other weapons around him to take some of the attention off of. You know, got a Devontae Smith or a AJ Brown or a Jalen Hurts on your, you know what I mean? And then they got that freaking O line
O-line.
in Philly is monstrous. They like
Monster.
three
Yeah.
average
Three,
350, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. They're big
So
boys.
yeah, he not doing that in New York. They, with all due respect to Saquon's ability, and I think even he would say that he's not doing that shit in New York. He was constantly getting hurt in New York for that exact
Yeah.
reason. They never could protect him.
He was beat up a lot. He was. But yeah, back to the topic. Aaron Rodgers, Pittsburgh, good fit.
Let me
Uh,
ask you this. Do you think, I don't know what of his legacy is left, but do you think the New York chapter affects Aaron Rodgers' legacy?
sure it does.
How so?
Negatively.
Why?
And not from ability, not from his ability as a quarterback.
All right, I see where you're gonna go with this.
Yeah. The fact that his divaness was exposed.
Oh, that shit was loud.
It was big time in New York.
Yeah.
It was hidden in Green Bay because they won. They won a Super Bowl. They put up with it. Green Bay put up with it, but it was too much for New York, and more people um, didn't like him or fell out of favor with him while he was in New York as opposed to Green Bay. He was a hero in Green Bay.
He
Maybe
was.
in a tail end.
Yeah, towards the back end,
But
it got a little
on the
dicey,
back
but
end, right?
still, he still had fans.
Yeah, but I mean, once he started getting on the Pat McAfee show and running his mouth, Green Bay was tired of him too. New York was desperate. Okay, we'll take anybody. We traded for Brett Favre. Why not try Aaron Rodgers? And it
It's
didn't work
so
out.
wild how they both
Yeah,
kind of crashed and burned, right?
yeah, in New York. Yeah,
In New
yeah,
York,
in New York. But yeah, I think that the two. I don't think it definitely won't affect his Hall of Fame. I mean, he's first ballot Hall of Famer.
first ballot. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
but he's his persona, his ability to command a team or a higher salary in this part of his stage is free agency. I don't think he has
Nah,
that.
that's fair. Like you said, he's lowercase Aaron Rodgers
No,
right
okay,
now.
yeah, it's not.
Well,
It's not.
definitely lowercase. I don't. I don't think. All right, still a first ballot Hall of Famer. I agree.
He's first ballot.
Um,
He's first
I
ballot all the way.
don't think it affects his legacy in that way. But honestly, I agree with you. I think what kind of messes him up is where do you rank him and Brett Favre now? Right?
I still rank him above Brett Favre.
But it's not as clear as day anymore.
Not
You
anymore.
know,
No.
because at least Brett Favre had that second act. And it was in
In
Minnesota,
Yeah.
but he
Minnesota,
did
yeah.
have a second act. He almost made a
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
It
Shit.
was the Super Bowl. Yeah, he did.
Exactly. And Aaron Rodgers, or no, sorry, and Brett Favre's off the field stuff will trump Aaron Rodgers off the field stuff
Oh
by
yeah.
country mile. So it's not even based off of that, but just based on the field, like at least Brett Favre had a second act
Yeah,
in
in
Minnesota,
Minnesota.
and
Yeah.
we ain't seen that yet from Aaron Rodgers.
And
So
you
I
probably
would
won't.
we will see. I would like to see that Pittsburgh
I
idea,
don't see
especially if
that.
he gets Devontae
Yeah.
Adams. You got Devontae, you probably franchise what's his name? Najee Harris. You got George Pickens. The line is fine enough.
I
Uh,
know.
and you get Devontae Adams. You got A-Rod. The defense will be fine. You got
Got a
PJ.
slot receiver,
What's
a
his
dime.
name? Calvin Austin.
Yes. Yes.
I'm an
Yeah.
Austin, which I like him. He's quick in the slot.
Yeah, I mean, and
Um,
and Rodgers can play in the cold. So
Rodgers can play in the cold. He can orchestrate an offense way better than Russell Wilson can. It was moonball or bust for that. And
way
at
better.
bare minimum, I know, Rodgers can see over the line. And he was never worried about his offensive or his athletic, not never, but less reliant on his athletic ability than Russell because he was taller. He can see over the line. He can throw the dink and duck stuff without having to shuffle and find the open space like Drew Brees.
And run into the
And
alignment.
there you go. There you go. So I think I like your overall idea about the Aaron Rodgers with the package deal with Devontae
Yeah,
Adams.
with Devontae Adams. Yeah.
Because I really can't. I combed through it. I can't think of anywhere else that makes sense for
Pittsburgh.
both of them. Maybe you said the Rams. Maybe the Rams if they get rid of Stafford. But if you're
Well, if you want to be a
who you
you want
pick if you're Rodgers, who you pick, the Rams or the Steelers? If Devontae comes with you, who you pick?
I still go to Pittsburgh.
I think I'd take the Rams.
Sean McVay's not gonna put up with that either. He's a
That's
made
why I
man.
think I'll take the Rams. That offense is
There's a
going way better.
there's a dark horse in all of this.
Who?
49ers. If you don't want to play Brock, if you don't want to pay Brock Purdy, if you get the sense that he's not gonna accept what you want to pay him, it's time to get rid of Brock. Bring in Rodgers. You're getting rid of Debo. Bring in Devontae Adams. You got IU, Devontae Adams, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittles. That's his name, Kittles.
Ooh.
Aaron Rodgers. Looking good. He's a Bay boy too. Looking good.
And then that offense is predicated on the run game, so you wouldn't even have to rely on Aaron like that,
His play
right?
action would be vicious, yeah.
I'm not going to say Devontae replaces Debo because they're two different receivers, but in a sense,
yeah. I mean,
he would replace Debo.
And he would be cheaper than Debo.
C-Mac would be back, hopefully healthy.
Ayuk.
Ayuk, Kittle. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Who do you choose if you're Aaron Rodgers? San Francisco, the Rams, or Pittsburgh?
It depends who comes knocking at your door and what looks good for you. If you going in and win a Super Bowl,
right?
That's your last hurrah, you go to San Francisco. You go to San Francisco. San Francisco, creativity offensively, their line is good. Their defense is amazing. You go to San Francisco.
I take the Rams.
I disagree.
I'll take the Rams.
Yeah,
I would definitely take the Rams. If this is assuming Devontae Adams is a package deal with all of them, because honestly, it fits with all of them.
Right.
I would take the Rams. I know my offense is going to be good. I got Puka. The run, I got Kyron Williams. The defense is super improving.
Yeah,
and I got Sean McVay. I saw what he could do with one older quarterback. He won a Super Bowl. And what's his name? Not quarterback, coach for the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan. I haven't seen Kyle Shanahan win a Super Bowl yet. It seems as though every time he gets there, he fucking crumbles. Every time.
I'd stay with the 49ers, man.
I mean, it makes sense. I think he would pick the 49ers because that's where he's from. He's from California. And that conversation has come up a few times because this ain't the first time replacing Brock Purdy has come up in conversation. We'll surely talk about that in the summer. But this is not the first time. They tried to replace him with Tom Brady a couple of times, remember?
They did.
Yeah, a couple of times. And I think they tried to replace him with Aaron Rodgers once when he was leaving Green Bay.
Right. If you don't want to pay that money, which will probably be about 50,
you paying it?
No.
Fuck no.
I'm not.
No. Brock Purdy falls in the same, and I hate to make this a Dak conversation, but I mean this in a group. He falls in the same conversation as Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, all of them.
So let me ask you this. If you're the 49ers, do you bring in Aaron Rodgers anyway and offer him a opportunity to compete against Brock Purdy? You can afford it. Purdy's on his rookie deal.
He is still on his rookie deal. If you're Aaron Rodgers, do you take a competition or do you take a starting point, like starting job? You going in there if it's competition, or you going in unless it's guaranteed starting?
If the competition is, hey, we just going to call this a competition. Shh,
Competition.
competition. But it's yours to lose because we don't want to pay him. They're not going to say that, but
Just
but we
don't get hurt, Aaron.
just don't get hurt. Right. Right.
All right, when you put it like that, that's fair.
Okay.
I'm nah, I'm still taking the Rams.
All right.
I think the 49ers is a close second if the Rams don't call. I'm not mad if he chooses the 49ers over the Rams because I think it does fit. And it's funny how we both said Pittsburgh to begin with and kicked
Right.
them to the fucking curb.
Well, right. Right. Pittsburgh's the obvious choice because they don't have a quarterback.
They don't have a quarterback. Yeah.
Right. The Rams and the 49ers actually have a quarterback.
They'd have to make some moves in order
They'd
for
have to
that to be a
right.
possibility.
Pittsburgh
That's
just have
fair.
to get them to sign a contract. Right. So
Yeah.
that's why you pick Pittsburgh because, of course, that's the obvious choice.
It's an obvious choice. That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair. All right. That's enough Aaron Rodgers talk. All right. We can wrap this up here with our final debate.
Gotcha.
Scooping back over to the NBA, closing out another episode of Agree to Disagree. We will talk about this year's NBA MVP race. All right. I sent you the thing earlier. I don't know if you thought of 3 candidates off the top of your head, but give me your 3 candidates. I'll give you my 3 candidates, and then we're going to debate on where they fit.
SAG, Joker, and oh man, I don't have a third one.
You don't have a third?
I can't think of a third one. But SAG, Joker.
Do you need a hint?
Yeah, I need a hint. SAG, Joker, and please don't bring out them trashy ass Celtic jerseys.
I'm gonna go get the jersey. What do you mean? You
Jason
know I'm
Tatum.
gonna go get the jersey.
Jason Tatum is not in the top 3 for MVP consideration.
Not in the top 3?
Not in my opinion, no.
What?
No.
Okay, let me give you my 3 real quick. Jason Tatum, Joker, SGA. All right. Now we can debate on this because 2 of ours actually agree. So let's debate on the order. We'll talk about Jason Tatum in a second.
Okay. The order, in my opinion, would be SAG first, Joker, and again, I don't have a third. Because I don't think Jason Tatum is an MVP candidate.
I wouldn't. SGA only gets it because he hasn't gotten one yet.
He gets it because OKC is irrelevant without him.
What you think Denver is without Jokic?
I agree, but here's the thing: Denver won a championship already.
That's what I'm saying. It's SGA's turn,
right? And the whole thing about most valuable player, which I think is a acronym in itself, MVP, because you're not basing it on the most valuable player to the team.
Not at all.
Right. You're saying who had the best stats in the league
and best stats on decent team.
Right. So you take SAG off of OKC, they trash. They trash. Let's be honest. I'm not they
trash.
They automatically become a sub 500 team. Automatically.
Nah.
Automatically. Yes.
Nah.
Yes. The dude is averaging like 30 points a game.
I think he makes them a championship contender, but like you said earlier, that defense is bomb. That's a 500 team without him.
Part of that defense.
That's a 500 team without him.
You take Joker off of Denver. I still think they're 500. You got Michael Porter, you got Aaron Gordon, you got Jamal Murray. You still got stars. You got names.
Was just trashing them last episode. Literally, I'm pulling receipts. He was just trashing last episode.
You're talking about the MVP though, and they have been playing well.
Michael Porter has picked it up ever since the trade deadline. Ever since trade deadline, yes. Jamal Murray has been hot and cold as he usually is until playoff time, and their next best player is Russell Westbrook at 37.
Talk about Russ. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, Russ is a beast.
At 37. And you're telling me it's not Joker? It's only not Joker because it's not his turn. It's
No, we agree.
SGA's turn.
We agree with the order. But let's get back to this Jason Tatum thing.
Well, not in the conversation.
Not three.
Not three. You don't even have a three. Vacant.
Cha 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 cha. I can't think of a third person, but it sure sounds like Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum. Boston would still win without Jason Tatum.
See, here we go.
They're that deep.
Conversation.
They're that deep.
They would.
They're that deep. They would still be
Jaylen Brown as their best player. Boston would be a
fourth or fifth
first round exit. First round exit. I'm gonna say it. I honest to God think OKC without SGA is the same thing as Jason Tatum without Boston, as Boston without Jason Tatum. Same thing.
Are you nuts?
I fully believe that.
Drew Holiday, KP, who you just preaching on.
I love KP.
Jaylen Brown, Horford. What's his name coming off the bench? Pickett. Pritchard. Thank you.
That boy P Rabbit.
They are serious. And Derek White. How can I forget?
Oh, you gotta love Derek White.
Thank you.
Man. Thank you.
They are so deep at each position.
They are, but they're deep at role players. Jason Tatum is the one that makes it go. When you don't have just like SGA, when you don't have the consistent attention that those players bring, now you can divert the attention. Okay, so when you take an SGA out of an OKC, then you get more attention on your Chets. But that's how your Chets and all of them look so daggone good. That's a defensive team, Dad. That team and defense travels with or without SGA.
If that's the case, you can throw Cat in the MVP conversation. Look at his numbers.
I'm not throwing Cat no damn MVP.
He is a beast. Cat, nobody knew he could rebound like that because he started playing the four, and when Rudy Gobert got there, he is a total anchor for the Knicks. The only thing about Cat that I don't like is he's sloppy on defense. He is very sloppy on defense.
He's very sloppy on defense.
Yeah,
he's got slow feet.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
And he reaches too much.
Sometimes he thinks he's a guard instead of a center.
Oh, I know. I'd be driving Tips crazy. I know I'd be driving Tips insane. And if we weren't paying you $50 million, I'd bench your ass. But
we didn't trade for your ass. Yeah,
I would bench you. I know that'd be driving him crazy.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean,
we agreed with the first two, and I think those are the favorites to win it.
I'd put Joker at above on mine. SAG. Yeah, above SAG, just based on the value. Yeah, just on the value. No, that team is nothing without Joker because that's a third or fourth.
Ooh, that'd be deep.
Hold on, third or fourth? Let me Google that real quick.
He won 2 in a row, didn't he?
He did win 2 in a row, but I feel like
Joel Embiid beat him out of it the last time.
Jokic, yes, because he won for it.
Yeah.
MVPs. Here we go. MVP years. He has 3 already.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he won 2 in a row, and then he lost the one to Jokic,
Joel
Embiid, and then won the year after that. Okay. And then is that the year they won the championship? Yeah, and I think that's the one they won the year they won the championship. So I mean, that would be
MVP.
That'd be
Center
4. Number 4. Shit.
Center? That put him ahead of Shaq.
We can definitely do an all-time ranking in the summer, but I'd put him above Shaq right now. Shit.
Yeah, he has changed the game, man.
I mean, it's kind of crazy how a dude who treats the NBA like a job is one of the greatest players in NBA history.
It's crazy how uninterested Joker is, how the Joker is, but how impactful he is as a player.
He's me at Waffle House.
His game is boring, but he is so impactful, man.
He is straight me at Waffle House. I don't want to be there. I'm trying to get in there, do my job, and go home. But I'm gonna do the best of my ability. I'm smiling. I'm serving my people.
Right.
Washing my dishes. I'm locked the fuck in. But when it's time to go home, it's time to go home.
It's funny.
And that's how he treats the NBA. Once he's done, I know he'd be trying to win, but every time he wins a playoff series, he's probably like, fuck, man.
I know. I got to play again.
I gotta play again, man.
Man, I just wanted to go to the farm. Yeah. Yeah. And drink vodka.
and watch my horses. Shout out.
That's it.
Man.
That's all I want to
Shout out
do.
Joker, SGA, and I look, I did all that talking. Jason Tatum is not the MVP to me. He started off hella fast this year, but he definitely,
Did.
but he toned it down. He toned it
Too
down.
many threes. Too many threes.
Don't get me started on that.
Like 11. At one point, he was having 11 threes a game.
I'm pretty sure he's still at 10.
Shit.
Letting him take the over. Take the over. All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up for us.
All right.
Thank you for joining us, of course, on another episode of Agree to Disagree. ATD, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe, like, comment. Let us know anything else you want to see. Write us. We like to talk shit. This is what we.
Negative feedback is encouraging.
Yes, we take all the feedback, positive, don't be too wild in the comments. We do respond, but positive and negative, we take them all. We want to get better. We want to produce a better a product for y'all for sure. But shit, on that note, it's been real. Love you, Dad.
Love you too.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Deuces.
Love you, Dad. Later.